All right. Morning, everyone. If you're out in Southeast Asia, welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. Bringing you another episode, not exactly from the airport. I'm at a hotel because after the flight being delayed for 5 hours or more and sitting in that flight for 4 of those hours, the flight ended up getting canceled, and Willy Woo and myself ended up getting stuck in Manila. So we are on a new flight, and hopefully that flight will actually take off in about 4 hours from now, and I will still be able to make it to the LA meetup. But let's go to screen share, and we will take a look. The internet here is not very good, so hopefully it will all somewhat work out. Speaking of the meetup, so because our flight got delayed by like, I don't know, 16, 17 hours or something, I still plan to be at the meetup. Unfortunately, I cannot speak for Willy Woo. I will ask him because I know he had some meetings lined up and stuff. And I don't know if he had to push those meetings or not. So we will find out. I don't want to speak for Willy, but we will find out if Willy Woo can also make it. I hope he can. I will see him on a plane in a couple of hours. So I will ask, but please come out. This is the meetup. It's part of this tweet, and I will tweet it out as well. Let me look at your live chat. I want to make sure that everything is streaming properly. Yeah, welcome to flying, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna do a deep dive into Tesla. I'm curious myself. Yeah, no, I should have been in LA by now. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm still in Manila, and at least they put us up in a hotel after after sitting in a flight for like 5 hours. It's still a little unclear why the flight didn't actually take off. Stream's okay, excellent. Okay, okay. So let's see what we can do. All right. Uh, all right. I gotta promote. Hey, Unconfiscatable is coming in about 3 weeks, and then you won't hear about me talking about Unconfiscatable for like 6 months. But then I'll start promoting the financial summit. So there's always going to be a conference that Tone Base is involved in, or understanding Bitcoin 28th to 31st. Hey guys, you got to check out this video. It's really awesome. It's called "Selling Banks Their Asses Back." Vesa, thank you so much for being a part of Unconfiscatable. We commissioned some art from you, and you are doing it. It's really cool. It's I really enjoyed watching it. Whoa, only 2 comments. That's strange. Please check this out. I need to upload this video to my channel. Hopefully this out. Please check it out. Okay. Price. Let's talk about price. Okay. Well, I guess we'll take a quick look at Bitcoin and then move on to Tesla, which actually is up way more than Bitcoin this year, like seriously more. Okay, so Bitcoin is still on this path as a pullback. This is the daily chart. We just got a new daily candle. We had a red 2 go below a red 1 on a daily. What is going on around here? Anyway, it feels like helicopters are flying around. I don't know what's going on. The red 2 did go below the red 1, and that is an indication of a short position. However, the weekly chart is the one that's being more bullish here than the daily. I really like it when my charts are in line. I want to short the daily when it's in line with a bearish weekly. But the weekly is not actually bearish. The weekly is still leaning bullish. So when you have a daily chart that's moving into bearish territory ever so slightly, that's usually not enough for me to take on the trade. Because the weekly chart is bullish, I'm only anticipating this to be a pullback to about 8,800 before probably more upside. But if there is any more upside, I almost start to become a bull for Bitcoin across all time frames as the halving gets closer and closer and closer. But at the moment, I still have no reason to walk away from all of my percentages and targets. I'm very, very consistent on this. As long as we stay below this red line, we are in a 2-year, we have a low, we have a lower high, and we're still with a lower high. We potentially could have a higher low. But the only way to know that this is a higher low is Bitcoin needs to challenge this high and potentially break it. Now, I now believe that the low is in, but is this low in? I'm not sure yet. I mean, now I'm pretty sure this low is in. The point is to catch a real bull market. And I am still skeptical. And the biggest reason why I'm skeptical is because I see shitcoins pumping. And when I see shitcoins pumping, I am not very confident about the future of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin gets basically devalued with shitcoins. But I promise to talk about Tesla. So I'm talking about Bitcoin too much again. Not interesting, not interesting, not interesting. GBTC premium is pretty high. I certainly missed my trade, but I missed the. I'm more pissed off about the Tesla trade, guys. That's the one that bothers me, not Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin doesn't bother me. Like, missing the bottom here doesn't bother me. I mean, I did take the trade, but I'm not a long-term trade. The trade that bothers me that I missed is Tesla, because I didn't even know the last 2 days happened until like yesterday, like late at night. With all the travel, and considering I've been talking about Tesla being the biggest company in the world at one point, breaking the market cap of Microsoft and Apple, and I don't have a hodl position in Tesla like I have in Bitcoin. So I totally missed out on the Tesla trade. I didn't miss out on the Bitcoin rise because I'm a hodler. So I benefited from the rise in Bitcoin in 2019. But the Tesla move really hurts because I was not in this trade at all. I kept talking about getting in this trade, but I never actually did. So this is the one that makes me really want to go back into trading, because if I was actively trading, I would have not missed this, because I was the one that was saying that Tesla is not going anywhere and it's a buying opportunity. It will take too long for me to go through hindsight analysis of where I would have potentially bought and where I would have potentially sold. I certainly would not have held it throughout this whole time. I would have been selling at the 9s and buying back, at the break of those 9s. And but let's talk about the current situation and maybe take a look at it from a hyperwave perspective as well. I mean, I don't know if this is true or not. Someone in the live chat is saying Novogratz shorted Tesla before earnings. That's a mistake to short or long Tesla before going into earnings. I always tell people to get out of your stocks going into earnings unless you are trading options and you know what you're doing. I am an options trader for earnings. A lot of people lost their shirt on Tesla. I have people on Twitter commenting that Tesla's fundamental value is 0, which is insane. It is simply insane. Everybody wants a Tesla. I want to buy a Tesla. How are you going to tell me that Tesla's fundamental value is 0? Everyone's buying one. Novogratz admitted on TV. Hey, it's a bad trade. We've all made them. I mean, as long as he didn't go all in with his entire hedge fund, he'll be fine. Someone bought 700 Tesla shares several months ago. Nice move. Yeah, I should take a look at the Chinese market as well. Okay, let's. Okay, so how should we do this? Let me. I'm not even gonna look at that. That's just. This needs to be a log chart because I can't read the regular chart. Tesla's going up too fast. Okay, so let's look at it from a long-term perspective. Let's go to the monthly chart. We're gonna zoom in on Tesla here. How many people are in the live chat? Only 200. Okay. Oh, this was one of the trades I must have done. Whenever you see this red and green, that means that was probably a trade. that was taking place. So I was bullish at this point. Man, I've been bullish Tesla in forever, but I've also been bullish the stock market in forever. So yeah, I gotta drop all of these. They're just cluttering my chart now. I don't remember what they were from. Go watch some old videos or something. Okay, let's take a look at an objective look at Tesla as if we've never heard of the company before. This is the long-term monthly chart. My moving averages are 20, 50, and 200. So Tesla has never had a death cross on the 20, 50, 200 monthly chart. That is incredibly bullish. That is like bullish from the start of the company's existence. The company went IPO in at about $18. You know, I'm going to look at it on a weekly chart over there. The company went IPO in 2010, and it never looked back. It only went up. That is like Google IPO style. Start of the bull. So this upside, but obviously it has gone up too far too fast from a short-term perspective. From a monthly chart, we had a bit of a consolidation for pretty much 2014 all throughout until recently. So we have just broken out of a multi-year bull market. Wow, you guys have no idea how bullish Tesla still looks. It's absolutely incredible. So if I do this, if I put in, I can't really do a horizontal channel here. I can try to do my best, but it's really difficult to draw a good horizontal channel. It's the best I can do. So Tesla was in a horizontal channel from June 2010 up to March 2013, so about 2 years of a horizontal channel. And what did it do after that? And after that, it broke out, and it either went up for 400% before a pullback, or it went up for 500%. Like it's a little bit in between, okay? So in any case, so then Tesla goes up. I'll use the shorter one to there. After that, it decides to do yet another consolidation. I'm gonna stick this up here somewhere. I'm gonna draw my best fit lines. You know what? I'm gonna use the top of that. Sometimes TA is not simple. Sometimes TA can be tricky here. I'm gonna use best fit line like this, and I'm gonna move this over like yay. So now Tesla consolidated for significantly longer. It consolidated from 2013 all the way until 2019. That's a 6-year consolidation on a large term scale. And now how much did it rise? Now, from that consolidation, Tesla is already up only 178%. And I'm saying only 178% from the breakout, because the prior breakout was significantly higher in percentage terms. Now, here's the good and the bad. The good news for Tesla for going higher is that the longer the consolidation is, the bigger the breakout should be. But the bigger the market cap of the company, the harder it is to move it higher. Bitcoin has the same problem. Bitcoin did what, a 20x in 2017 from about 1,000 up to 20,000. The next bull run, I think it's going to be very difficult for Bitcoin to do a 20x. It can do maybe a 5x or a 10x, but that still takes it to about 100,000. So if Bitcoin breaks out from 20,000, or even let's say Bitcoin is on a roll from that $5,000 mark, Bitcoin can go 10x and it's at 50,000. It's going to then have a significant pullback. So it's a lot harder to move Tesla. But because the consolidation lasted 3 times longer, I would expect the up move to be at least half as much as the prior up move. Now, the prior up move, actually, I cheated the prior up move a little bit. The prior up move was 400%. So I would not be surprised to see this up move be 200%. I really wish I did this kind of analysis like 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, because that would have been very, very useful. So I do think this up move is running out of steam. And also the $1,000 is a serious psychological barrier. Yeah, people asking where I am. My flight from Manila got canceled. So we were sitting, Willie Wu and I were sitting in that airplane for like 5 hours. And then they announced that they're not actually going to take off. And they, got us off the plane, into the hotel, and we're going to be going back to the airport soon to be put on another flight. So this has not been a very fun trip from Southeast Asia into the US. Okay, so this is the monthly look. The monthly look is still bullish. There is really nothing in the monthly chart that is concerning other than we are overextended. We can also take a look at the overextension here, right? So at what point was it most overextended from its shortest moving average? Well, right here, we're 224% above that average. And right here, it's possible we were higher. We were not, 216. And over here, we were 208. So it appears this is probably the highest. That's another way you can kind of have an idea of how where its top could be. 223% above the moving average, and I can slide this over one candle, and we can take a look. 230, so that's about a little over 200%. So now, if we look at the current candle, and we just look at that candle versus the moving average, we are 191. So we are pushing the limit of how far above a short-term moving average we could be. Now, we didn't have a longer period moving average. I can guess that this would have been low. So our best barometer is this maybe, and we were 232% above, and over here we were 245% above. I don't think this would have been significantly bigger. So 245, so we're still a little bit short. So it's near its topping areas. All right, I'm gonna drop these arrows. I can leave the consolidation. Let's go to the weekly chart. Weekly chart is what will potentially allow us to draw a hyperwave. Now, in order to draw a hyperwave, I'll hold off on that. The channel here looks fairly clean. So the weekly chart gave you a nice 9 right here and pulled back for 1 to 4 candles. Yes, it went a little bit higher the following day, but it's okay. And now we're going higher and into the countdown phase. So we are in 11 of 13 countdown and already at a 9. It would have been nice to have those match. Now the weekly chart has topped, okay, according to sequential. It doesn't mean it can't go a little bit higher, but I have a feeling that it's going to be very difficult to break the swing high. The swing high comes in at $968.99. That is a very good number to signal a top. It came up just short of $1,000 and short enough that people that wanted to get, like the people that thought they were really smart and they were going to get out right before the $1,000 kind of missed that trade. And so this feels like an intermediate term top, and the weekly chart could potentially call this. Am I going to draw a hyperwave here? So we are overextended from the moving averages, but look at the moving averages. They are all above each other. They are all rising. So Consensio says, and I'm going to use Tyler's methodology, that all systems are a go. I'm gonna I'm gonna get rid of this because I do want to try to draw a hyperwave and see where we are. I'm not the biggest expert in hyperwave. The book should be out soon. Beautiful 9 right there at the top, and here and here. Oh man, I actually want to like go back to trading just so I can trade Tesla. I think Tesla is very tradable, a lot easier to trade than Bitcoin in my opinion. But I am a Bitcoin person, so we talk about trading Bitcoin mostly. So let's get rid of the moving averages. Let's get rid of everything actually. And well, actually that moving averages don't go away like that. Let's get rid of the moving averages. Let's also adjust our sequential so that it's not cluttering the chart. And we're going to try to draw a hyperwave. So I don't think I can. Okay, so first of all, I have to get rid of the log scale. That I was about to say I can't actually draw a hyperwave. And this is going to be challenging. So we have phase 1. I'll draw my phase 1 in blue. So that's phase 1. Let's try to draw phase 2. Phase 2 will be in green. We're going to start here. We can try drawing it this way, but then it broke. So we can adjust it and draw it this way, but then it still broke a little bit. I wonder if Tyler will call this a funky hyperwave. And I don't want to draw my phase 2 this way because that's not enough points. So if that's phase 2, then this is a minor exception. But now phase 3 is too steep. So now what? The answer is I don't know. So maybe if I cheat a little bit and I draw phase 2 this way, I can try to draw phase 3 this way, but now phase 3 is not steep enough. So I have to draw phase 3 this way from here. That is the only way I can draw phase 3. But now I can draw it like this, and this works. This is a legitimate phase 3 because I don't have any closed candles below this line. And the only issue is this area here. So maybe when I see Socrates at the financial summit, because I'm the asshole that doesn't text or call his friends, I will ask him about the hyperwave on Tesla, unless he covered it on his channel. So this is the best I can do. This is certainly not within the rules of hyperwave, but I'm going to let it slide. But this also means that we are way overextended within phase 3, and Tesla should be pulling back to about $500, which is also very, very reasonable. So the big question that I now have to attempt to answer is Tesla stop in? And even if Tesla stop is in for phase, before it pulls back to phase 3, is this a good time to try to take advantage of that? Because here's the problem on a daily scale. If only this was a 9 sequential, I would be screaming short, short, short. But it's not a 9 sequential. So I can't scream short, short, short. But what I could scream is, that's a reversal candle. That is a doji candle. That is also a 5 sequential with a huge gap on a 5. And in order to get a 9 candle, all we need is the 9th candle to close above today's close. Today's close was $887. So all we need is a close at $888 on Monday. I think Monday. Hold on. Today is Tuesday. Okay, so this, I know you can't see my calendar, but Wednesday would be a 6. Thursday would be a 7. So Friday would be an 8. And Monday would be a 9. So all we would need, we won't even need a close. We just need Tesla to trade above $887 on Monday in order to get that quasi 9. Let me show, and I'll show you why quasi 9s are important. And Tesla can trade down to $500 tomorrow and then pull back up, and we can still get that 9. Because the only way this would break is if Friday's close is lower than $780. This is why you need to learn how to trade sequential. So you have to fully understand it. So Tesla can still give us, so both things could be true. Tesla can give us a 9 sell on Friday and come nowhere near this top. Okay, so Tesla may have topped for the swing, but we could still trade higher over the next 4 days. So when was the time to get out of Tesla? Well, if you look at the hourly chart, and I tweeted this out this morning, I think. If you look at the hourly chart, look at this 9 in the last hour of trading. So in the last hour of trading, this is where people said, the smart money said, I'm getting out. Tesla just went like in 2 days. It went like what, 100% in 2 days? Something ridiculous like that. And it was after earnings too. So here's earnings, and like, or maybe this is, this was earnings day. So they might have announced after the close. So after it reported earnings, so from the moment it opened after earnings, this thing went up like what, 80%? 50%. Okay, it went up half. All right, so I underestimated a little bit. I overestimated a little bit. All right, so the Tesla sell-off came on a 9, but the sell-off was so big that it turned that 9 into a reversal candle. It's where we refer to in the tone world as a quasi 9. Oh, I think they're calling me down for. Hold on, I gotta take the phone. All right, just a wake-up call. I think I have like 15, 20 more minutes before the buses come to take us back to the airport. So this is where the smart trader said, I just made a shit ton of money. It's the last hour of trading. I'm getting out. And then other people said, hey, it's dropping. I'm going to take my profit. And I'm going to take my profit. And then nobody wants to buy. And the price just craters for 11% in the last hour, which, and I would have been right there. I would have been watching Tesla. I like hourly charts in the stock market. I also like the 10-minute charts in the stock market. Let me see what the 10-minute chart did. Yeah, so the entire sell-off came in actually in the last 10 minutes. But here's a bunch of 13s coming through at the very end. I probably would have been out on this 9 around 2 p.m. I like the liquidity at 2 p.m., but I hate the liquidity at 3 p.m. So I probably would have gotten out when I saw this 9 on a 10-minute, knowing that the 9 on the hourly is coming, but I certainly would have gotten out on the 9 on the hourly in that last hour of trading. And I'm not sure how Tesla is doing after market hours. Let's find out. TSLA. So let me see. Yahoo Finance usually has good after hours. Nice. So Tesla is back to 904 after hours. So let's go back to the daily chart. Let's go here. Let's take a look where 904 is. So Tesla is currently right there, going into the open, but it's early. You know, you got to check after hours trading at like 8:30 in the morning. That's usually significantly better. All right. So that is my breakdown on Tesla. At the moment, I believe that the top is in, but I still think that we are going to get to that daily 9. It's not going to look pretty. It's going to look very, very ugly. And I do think that Tesla is in need of a pullback. Do I think Tesla is going to pull back all the way to this line? I'm not sure. Where would a reasonable enough pullback be? I think that a reasonable enough pullback is in this area here, not that low, but here. So about 550 bucks. I think 550 is a reasonable pullback for Tesla. If it pulls back lower than 550, then you want to look for that 475 area around this green phase 3-ish line. And if it falls below that, then the reasonable pullback becomes the prior consolidated highs, which is in the vicinity of 400, like 380 to 400. So those are your pullbacks. Looking at your live chat here, thoughts on the virus? I don't know. Let's see. No thoughts really. My thoughts on the virus are, I got my mask. You now look funny when you walk through the airport without it. Whoa, that's 4,000 confirmed additional since my last refresh. That's pretty significant, actually. I think it's gonna, cause some havoc now economically. That's a lot. That's 5,000. That's 20% since my last refresh, which would have been like 24 to 48 hours ago. That's not good. And I wanted to go to China this summer too. That's not good. That's really not good. Wow, look at all these cases in Australia. I'm still in the Philippines, guys. My flight got canceled. I hope my next flight, I hope US doesn't like stop flights from the Philippines, because that's, I'll go to one of the islands or something. But yeah, that's a big rise since the last refresh. So I'm in the Philippines. Let's see where we're ranked here. Oh, a second case. There's a second case, but Philippines had it was 1 for 1 on deaths. Philippines still 1 death. Okay. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Hey, maybe my travel will be canceled early. I was going to be traveling the rest of the year and then go to trading. Maybe I'll be forced to start trading earlier by not traveling. Okay. Market. Then I have to go catch my next flight or my new flight. So the S&P is holding up well. I'm sure Tesla had a lot to do with this. And this is the futures market pulling back a little bit, but market's near all-time highs. I'm sure the gloom and doomers are screaming that the markets are manipulated, but whatever. The weekly chart, if you get a green 2 above a green 1 next week, I become very bullish the stock market. Let's get out of Tesla. Let's take a look at Uber. I like looking at Uber stock. Another stock that I totally missed trading. Uber and Lyft. Uber had a beautiful buying opportunity, and those that bought it should continue to hold it. Uber looks amazingly well. This is the daily chart of Uber. A green 2 has just gone above a green 1. I don't know what else to say other than it looks incredibly bullish. You can turn on the moving averages. They are incredibly bullish as well. Uber is very bullish as expected. Uber fell 45% from its all-time high. Nice, close enough to 50% correction, and here we go. Lyft on the daily chart is also looking great. Beautiful 9 top right here. 2 above a green 1 coming soon. Probably not. There'll probably be a 3 above a green 2. Well, look, we broke setup trend. We broke prior swing high. We just had a new swing high close. They are both bullish to me. I don't see many concerns. I'm going to go back to Uber. I'm going to flip it to a weekly chart. The weekly chart wasn't a 9, so there was reason to be cautious and take your profit. But now it's bullish again. A green 2 above a green 1 above a 9. It gets me very bullish into the market again. NVIDIA. I don't know. Do I have NVIDIA? NVIDIA looks good. NVIDIA still looks very, very bullish. We are on a 6. That was a reversal candle on a combo 13 and aggressive 13. Clearly, and a reversal candle, clearly enough to get you a little bit scared. Take your profit. But I would still be bullish. Beautiful candle yesterday, not very concerning. I would not be in this trade, however, due to earnings. Well, it's not that earnings scare me. I didn't pay attention to earnings. I wouldn't be in the trade. That was TA on the chart. I wasn't paying attention to earnings. My rule on earnings is very simple. Don't hold any stocks in through earnings. Not long, not short, unless you have some kind of information, whether that's analytical information. Like if you are Novogratz and you have a team of researchers telling you to short Tesla for earnings, you need to short Tesla for earnings. You trust your analysts. Are they always going to be right? No. But unless you have actually done earnings research, and unless you have a team of CFAs working on this, you don't know what's going to happen on earnings. So it's not that earnings scare me. It's just that I wouldn't be in the trade, or I would be in the trade with my option plays, which is what I do. But I wouldn't be in the trade directionally, because I don't like picking direction. I don't like guessing whether the company is going to beat or not beat earnings. Starbucks has always been an interest of mine. Oh, a beautiful 9 at the top. Damn, I hope we called that in the notification service. By the way, the notification service did notify you that Tesla was on a 9. And if you are not in the notification service, please look at the video description. There is a link to the notification service. It's free. It's been free for like almost a year now. But it is going to go to a paid subscription once that we are technologically ready to do so. How's GE doing? Ooh, GE is looking nice. I know it had a big of a hit, but I like this chart. On a 6 of 9 weekly, plenty of upside, plenty of room to the next resistance level. On a day, it had nice earnings, pull back after the earnings textbook, and then bouncing back up. A green 2 above a green 1 on a daily makes me very bullish GE. And they were in a lot of trouble. That's a nice looking chart. Let me look at GM, General Motors. Oh, that hurts. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I probably would have chickened out of the trade because of earnings, but oh man. People that make fun of sequential are just they don't understand. Look, you can say, hey, it's not for me, right? Like I don't trade Elliott Wave, I don't trade Ichimoku Cloud. I don't trade a lot of stuff in TA, but I mean, people swear by the Ichimoku Cloud and it works for them. I don't say that it doesn't work. I don't call it stupid. I just don't use it. You don't have to use sequential, but like this is why I love sequential. Like, can you get a better bottom call? Oh, man. I guess you could get a better bottom call, but it's the same exact call. Look at that. Look at that. On a daily scale, too. Just calling the low beautifully here and here. Wow. Missed it here, unfortunately. Missed it by 1 candle. No, it didn't. Oh, you got a 9 here. This is where you missed it by 1 candle. But the other two, wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm bullish. I mean, but earnings is coming, so. Is Roku still consolidating? Yeah, Roku's still consolidating. Everyone could have doubled down on this trade, the consolidation trade, and could still be making more money. Sequential trading is confirmation bias. Does that matter? Why does that matter? Bitcoin going up is confirmation bias. Like, why does that matter? Going up is protection matter. Oh man. All right. JIMA. We're keeping an eye on that. Oh no, palladium. I want to see what palladium's doing. I haven't looked at palladium in forever. Commodities. Palladium. That was the short. That was the perfect short. Is it still a perfect short? Not as perfect. That was the perfect short, but look, it went back up again. So I would not be short palladium anymore. That was the perfect short. That was the daily 9 inside a weekly 9 right there, inside a monthly 9 right there. But I would already be out of this short trade. And I would have been very disappointed with how little money I would have made on this short trade, because I would have certainly expected it to go lower. So I would have, at the least, I would have expected it to touch the moving average, probably the setup trend line, probably the next moving average. So you can actually time this almost perfectly to the top with this 9, and it only fell 10%. So I mean, it's a great trade. Anyone will, should be doing cartwheels over a 10% trade in 3 days. But based on the fact that it was a 9 across 3 time frames, I would have expected it to go further down. And the longest I would have held this short trade would have been until this. So 2 days ago, the moment it broke the prior swing high, I would have said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to risk it anymore. And the least amount of money I would have made is probably if you short in the middle of this day and then you're out here, you made 3%. It's not great, but any trade that doesn't lose you money is a great trade. If you're a long-term trader, you will agree with that statement. I point to failed 9s all the time. Remember, a 9 doesn't always tell you to short. A 9 tells you to take profit. So you short at weakness. See this 9? No weakness, no reason to short. It's also not a 9 across multiple time frames. This 9, no reason to short. Would I take profit on these 9s? Probably. Can I get back into the market after? Of course I can. 9s fail all the time. The question is, how much money will you gain or lose? To me, this 9 I'm not gonna. This did not make me. Would not have been expensive to U.S. stocks. When you get a 9 across 3 time frames, weekly, daily, weekly, and monthly, what I usually expect is the moon. I expect this. This is Titan. This is an Indian stock, Titan. My developer, I believe, took the trade because he trades the Indian markets. And right here's a daily 9, and this daily 9 came, right alongside a sequential 9 and a sequential 13 on a daily. This came inside a weekly 9. This showed up inside a weekly 9 and 13 on the same candle right here. And that all came inside a monthly 9 right there. See, it was a monthly 9 and 13, but it was the sell was so strong it became a quasi 9. And this was a 25% correction in less than 1 month. This is the kind of trade I expect from a 999. This was a 999 plus multiple sequentials. So this is my expectation, and this was my expectation for palladium. a 20% correction, and in my opinion, it came up short, but it was certainly a profitable trade. Deutsche Bank. Let's see how Deutsche is doing. Oh, there's a 9. I would be out if I beautiful 13 buy right there, and earnings didn't do anything, but I would consider holding it in there, but I think this can pull back to the moving average and then probably go higher. I know everyone wants Deutsche Bank to collapse and everyone in Germany to lose their jobs because the banking system will fail so that their gold can go up 3%, but that's probably not going to happen. And Deutsche Bank will probably fall to this moving average and it will probably go higher. Oh, and Tilray. I had high hopes for Tilray. I was really bullish on that 9. Or maybe not this 9. I was bullish on a different 9. But that's a nice 9. On Tilray, it's pulled back enough. Certainly enough. Wow, that's a big move in a day. And no earnings either. No, it's a week, sorry. 8% in a week. 50%, what am I saying? Like $8. 50% in a week. Wow. Damn. Did this 9 come with a daily 9? January 6th. I hope we talked about this. Oh. God damn. I can't look at this anymore. I'm done, guys. I can't take it anymore. I gotta. Hopefully they cancel all flights, and but then the markets are gonna crash. So you're not gonna get these buying opportunities on 9s. You have a 9 combo 13 on Gen 8 inside the weekly 9. Shit. I'm looking at these stocks randomly. I didn't like spend all night pre-selecting this stuff. I think Google's been underperforming. Oh, 9 tomorrow. Oh, sorry, 9 next week. May want to consider getting out. It's a double 9 too. On a daily scale, it's still kind of neutral-ish. I would stay away from Google. What is earnings? Earnings should be coming. All right. I think I have to go to my flight soon. I don't want to look at any more stock charts. They're just gonna piss me off of trades I would have taken because I trade sequential. I mean, that's my bread and butter. GoPro would do anything? No. Amazon looks ready to moon. I'm a big bull on Amazon. I always was. Yeah, Amazon is getting ready to moon. Amazon is still in its hyperwave. I think Amazon can go way higher. Way higher. Look at this consolidation. When this consolidation breaks out, it can easily go to like 4,000. They'll probably split. Phase 2, phase 3. This could have been just phase 3. Oh, it's a daily chart. Let's go to the weekly chart. Yeah, this phase 4, I never really agreed with Tyler. This is a phase 4. I think this was just a phase 3 here, and we're still in phase 3. It may even pull back to phase 3 one more time, somewhere at the end, and then take off in like 2022 or something. Oh, gold. I haven't looked at what's going on with. Oh. See, to me, like someone said Total Levels a failed 9s. This is a failed 9 to me. See, my definition of fail is a little bit different than most people. Like I can sit here and say how perfect this 9 was, But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would have been pissed because if I would have shorted this 9, I would have taken a loss on this trade in the beginning part of this day. And now I would be sitting here watching my short position lose me money only to go down significantly the next day. This is what I hate. This is perfect. I would have made money on this. You can't like screw this up. Like no one should screw this up. But this is the failed trade, okay? Because this candle here, this red candle, shows me weakness. This 9 candle doesn't show me weakness. So do I short this 9 candle? I don't. I probably take some profit, but I don't short this candle. See, this is another 9, but there's no weakness here. In fact, we're breaking moving average. So do I take profit on this 9? Maybe, but there's no reason to short at any point. And over here, the sequential tells you to go back into the trade. This is where sequential tells you to get out, and it also tells you to short in a way because it's such a disastrous rejection. This candle tells you to take your profit, but this candle here, because you got to recognize how this candle forms. This candle opens at the low and starts trading lower than the prior candle. This candle gets me in a short trade. And not only that, it gets me in a very shitty short trade, probably at the low of that candle. That's when it gets me into the short trade. And now I'm watching my short trade lose 1.5% as it opens the following morning way above every single candle in like 8 years. So this here is where I go short at the worst possible time. And this is where I get out of that stupid trade at the worst possible time. So this is my most, this is where sequential fails me. This is where it fails me. It may not fail you because every single person can trade sequential differently. But this is the sequential outcome that I hate. Most people think that this is a shitty sequential outcome, but to me, it isn't. I would not lose money on this sequential outcome. I may not get I may not gain more profit, but I won't lose money. This is the kind of situation that would actually lose me money by trading sequential. But not everyone has to trade sequential the way I do. I don't trade the sequential the way Tom DeMark does. I trade it completely differently. All right, guys. I think it's time to call it a day. Hey, I'm still planning to make this meetup. But assuming the flight that I got, my flight got canceled. The flight to New York from Manila got canceled. I'm taking another flight. I'll be in LA like 18 hours later than I was supposed to. But I'm still planning to make this meetup, assuming the flight that I got rebooked on actually takes off. And I have no idea if it will or not. I may get stuck in Manila for the rest of the year. Who knows if the U.S. cancels all flights out of Asia, because even I don't like to see a 20% uptick since my last refresh of this freaking chart. Let me see if we broke 2,500 since the last 15 minutes of me refreshing this. No, but we did get like maybe 40 more cases in the last 15 minutes. So this is starting to grow exponentially, and that's kind of scary. So maybe purpose the second time. Um, Yeah, I actually have most of this done. Africa, no cases, so I'll probably head off to Africa. South America is clean too. Okay. Anyway, guys, hey, I'm still gonna try to make this meetup, assuming I actually, get on the flight. Hopefully, Willie will make it as well. I can't speak for him. I'll see him on the flight in about an hour or 2 or 3, who knows. Please come out and support Unconfiscatable. Also, please come out and support the Financial Summit if you are interested in trading and all things finance. And of course, if you're interested in learning Bitcoin technology and why it's the only one that actually scales, please come out to Malta in May. That's pretty much somewhat streaming. And that's it. Bitcoin, not doing much. Heading back to the airplane. Manila's got traffic. Probably take me an hour to get to the airport. And I will see you all on the next one. Check out this awesome video by Vesa. The YouTube channel is called Art by Vesa. It's great. I think I'm gonna ask him if I can upload it to my YouTube channel because it's just too awesome. All right, I'll talk to you all on the next one, guys. Please subscribe. Please subscribe down below. And I've been trying to break 100,000 YouTube followers for like 6 months now, and I'm just stuck at 90, maybe forever. Talk to you all on the next one. Wait, how do I turn this off? Where is the? Oh, there it is. All right. Bye, guys.